Hello, my dears, and welcome to my channel. As always, I am very happy and grateful that you've decided to spend your time with me. And supporting my channel is very easy. Just like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, or click the notification bell of when you'd like to be notified of when I put out a new video, or leave a comment. And I hope that you're all doing well. But if not, I do hope things will get better for you soon. But take a little time out of your day and forget everything and join me in meeting the Gothic Literature Tarot. And this was originally a Kickstarter, and it was created by Sirian Shadow. He has 3 other decks. The Haunted Manor, which basically is sold out, and unless somebody resells the deck, you cannot find it, and I do have a video on it. The Earth and Bone deck and the Shadow of Darkness, which I also have videos on. And this was illustrated by, I'm sorry if I do not say this name right, Egle, and I'm going to spell the last name because I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Petruskaite, and this was released in 2024. And he does have this deck. Sirian has it at his Etsy shop, and I will link the description. And this is going to be a limited edition. So when it's gone, it's gone. I guess he is just printing enough just to sell them and then move on to the next project. So last I checked, it was $65.59 at the Etsy shop. And the box itself is rather large. It's a beautiful box. It looks just like a book. And the dimensions are 9 1/4 height. Across is 6.60, and the width is 1.75, and as you can see, it looks just like a book on the side, and that's the only side that has the title on it. And it is a magnetic box, and on the back it says, "Enter the mystical world of Gothic literature." The Gothic Literature Tarot is a captivating tarot deck that weaves together the rich tapestry of classic Gothic stories into a mesmerizing tool for divination and self-discovery. Inspired by the hauntingly beautiful landscapes, complex characters, and timeless themes of Gothic literature, this deck invites you on a journey through the shadows of the human psyche, where mystery, romance, and the supernatural intertwine. Each card in the Gothic Literature Tarot is meticulously crafted to capture the essence of Gothic storytelling and invoke the atmosphere of iconic Gothic tales. From the eerie moors of Wuthering Heights to the crumbling castles of Dracula, the Gothic Literature Tarot draws upon the themes and imagery of beloved Gothic classics to create a tarot experience like no other. Characters from these stories come to life in the major arcana, embodying archetypes that resonate deeply with the human experience, while the minor arcana features symbols that evoke the mood and atmosphere of the Gothic genre. Within its evocative imagery, rich symbolism, and deep connection to the world of Gothic literature, the Gothic Literature Tarot is not just a tool for readings. It's an experience, a journey, and a doorway to the hidden depths of the soul. Whether you're a seasoned tarot reader or a newcomer to the world of divination, this deck offers a fresh perspective on the tarot's timeless wisdom, inviting you to delve into the shadows and embrace the magic of the Gothic. So light a candle, draw the cards, and let the Gothic Literature Tarot guide you on a voyage of mystery, romance, and self-discovery. The shadows are waiting, and the secrets there are yours to hold, to uncover. That's a mouthful. All right. And on the inside, we have, in the depths of the night where shadows dance with secrets, lies the heart of the soul, where every turn reveals mysteries untold, and every card whispers tales of darkness and redemption. And you have this lovely, gigantic book. Unfortunately, fingerprints. Gonna get fingerprints. And we will explore that lovely book afterwards. And then we have the inside. I'm not crazy about these card holders. I mean, I can understand, since it is such a big box, that they would need something. But I'm not a fan of them because they will, in time, they will break down and tear and stuff. So this one is not removable. I tried. You would pretty much have to rip it out. And I don't think you guys want to do that, except for when it becomes really, really bad and ripped and everything. And it does have the ribbon to pull everything out. So let's go ahead and put this to the side. And the cards have this beautiful silver, gilded on the sides. Very, very nice. He did a lovely job on this deck. And reversals will not be revealed. And the cards themselves are the same as the Rider-Waite. As you can see, same size. And the theme of the deck, just from the reading of the back of it, is basically Gothic literature, characters, symbols, and themes. And if you are not familiar with my tarot videos, I will take the deck and compare it to a Rider-Waite deck, and so that way you can see the differences, see if it's something that, if you're interested in moving on to something else besides the Rider-Waite, do something new, or just looking for something new to add to your collection. And if you're curious about the Rider-Waite deck that I'm using, it is the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and it is US Game Systems, so you can go and to their website, and if you like the deck, purchase it for yourself. And I made a list of all of the major arcana characters and what story they're from. And you'll probably if you're really into Gothic literature, you'll probably recognize all of the characters. If not, I didn't recognize a few of them because I had never read the stories about them. But let's go ahead and explore the major arcana. So as you can see, we have a image, and then we have the number and the title, and then the character in the card. And this is Jonathan Harker. If you are familiar with Bram Stoker's Dracula, you will recognize him. And the magician is Dr. Faustus. I'm sorry if I butchered that. He is the doctor from Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe. And I read up on the story, and basically he makes a deal with the devil for more everything. So that was interesting. It introduced me to some new stories I might be reading. And then we have the High Priestess with Bertha Mason, and she is in Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And I'm sorry if I butchered that. And the Empress is Lucy Westenra. I've always had problem pronouncing that last name. And she is a character in Dracula from Bram Stoker. Then we have the Emperor as Mr. Rochester. And he is in Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Then we have the Hierophant as Father Ambrosio. And this is a story of the monk by Matthew Lewis. Then we have The Lovers with Catherine and Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. And then we have The Chariot with Frankenstein's Creature in Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And then Strength is Mina Harker, who is a character in Dracula by Bram Stoker. Then we have The Hermit with Roderick Usher in the Fall of House Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. Then we have The Wheel of Fortune with Dorian Gray in The Tale of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And then we have Justice with Judge Pincian. I'm sorry if I butchered that. And he is in The House of Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And The Hanged Man is Quasimodo, and that is The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. And then we have Death as the Phantom in The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. Temperance is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. And of course, we have The Devil as Count Dracula in Dracula by Bram Stoker. And then we have The Tower as Thornfield Hall, and this is out of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And then we have The Star with, and I cannot pronounce this name, Ligier. I'm so sorry, I'm not even going to try anymore. And this is from the same name, A Tale by Edgar Allan Poe. And The Moon is Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. And then we have The Sun as Jane Eyre in Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Then we have Judgment with Victor Frankenstein in Frankenstein, written by Mary Shelley. And then we have The World with Catherine Earnshaw from Wuthering Heights and written by Emily Bronte. Okay, so that is the major arcana. All right, so next we will go to the minors, and they have been changed up, and the wands are now represented as torches. And these are kind of pippish. There is scenery to it. Okay, so we have Basically, the number spelled out. And with the title. I love the artwork. I really do. And they kept the court cards with the title of pages, knights, queens, and kings. And next we have chalices for the cups. And I really think, in my opinion, these would be really good for story prompts. If you're interested in writing short stories or just interested in writing bigger stories or whatnot, these would be really nice to help with that. Would I recommend these to a beginner? I don't know. I mean, I would never tell you to not get a deck or to get a deck. I'm just here to show you the cards and everything, but I don't know. I mean, I think you could become familiar with the deck as time goes by, the more that you use it. But as a beginner, no. If you have some workings with the cards, yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. But as a beginner, as we've all started off, you get very overwhelmed and frustrated. And in that instance, yeah, I don't think these are for very beginners, like a first deck beginner kind of person who's interested in tarot, but are like, they see the deck and they're like, oh, those are beautiful, or oh, I really like those, I'm going to get it. And then, I mean, not to say don't get it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're looking for a first deck, no. Okay. All right, so next we are going to the suit of ravens, which is represented by swords. Okay. last but never least, we have skulls to represent pentacles. Okay, that is the deck, and I forgot to mention that the bottom part, if you haven't noticed by now, it has the silver that's on the back as well as the side, so that's always nice. Yeah, this is a beautiful deck. It really is. Okay. And the cards are I don't know how to describe them, but they're very soft. It's the best way I can describe it. It's like a mat, kind of soft mat, and they are bendable, flexi bendable. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this book. These cards a little bit more over. Okay, so then we have a quote by Sirian, and then we have the contents page and an introduction, and you can pause that and read that at your leisure. And he just goes into talking about the deck and what went into creating it, and understanding your tarot deck. And I think this when they put these in, it's kind of guided towards beginners, and also just a little reminder of I guess you could say, like, even though you are a seasoned reader and everything, it's always nice to read other people's perspective on how to connect with your deck. But that's just my opinion. And then we go into the major arcana and what it represents. And then the major arcana and everything it represents. And then we have the minor arcana, and then goes into the different suits and why they symbolize the suits in the way that they do. And then we go into numerology, which is very important in tarot. Very important. It helps a lot. It really does. If they don't have that in a tarot class, then you're missing out on a good learning. Okay. And then we go into the elements and what each symbolizes for each suit. You have fire for torches, and wands are for passion. The water is for the chalices, because cups are the emotional suit, have to do with emotions and stuff like that. The ravens represent air, and the swords, because ravens symbolize messengers, omens, and power of thought. And then you have the skulls for earth that represent pentacles. And it says that earth is often connected to themes of mortality, legacy, and the enduring impact of the past, and career, finances, and tangible achievements, just like a skull. And then we have some more where you can bring more elements into a reading. You can infuse it with astrology. I know a lot of readers like to use astrology in their readings. Zodiac signs have certain cards that go with some of the cards, and list that. And then we also have planets, and I think that goes back to astrology. And then we go connecting with the cards, and that just tells you ways that you can connect to the cards, things you can do. And then we have the authors that were highlighted in the deck, and goes into their background. Gives a little biography of each author. And then we go into a Gothic romance spread, a Raven's Crypt spread, a Gothic crossroads spread, and then I thought this was a nice touch, because journal prompts, like I mentioned earlier, character exploration, you could do that if you're having trouble coming up with a story idea, or if you are, say you are gaming and you're doing a vampire game or something set in the Gothic time frame. or anything like that. You can use these cards to help you with that as well. Years ago, I used to role play in a game from World of White Wolf. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And they had a Vampire the Masquerade. And this would be really good for any DM who's interested in infusing something new into the game. And there was also Orpheus, which was a lesser known of Wraith. And there was another one. It was like a Frankenstein style game. I can't remember the name of it, but you could also use it in your role playing if you're into that. Then you have symbolism analysis, plot development, and you can use it for a short story or a plot outline, and shadow work. This deck would be pretty good for that. I think so. And then we have creative visualization. Okay, and then we have a quote from Mary Shelley. Then we go into the major arcana. And so you get the title of the card, the character, and an image, and then basically a paragraph for how they connect, and kind of like Sirian explaining this is the inspiration for the Fool card and why I chose Jonathan Harker as that representation. Then we have keywords and an upright meaning. Then we have a reversal meaning. And then we have a quote. Okay. And then that's basically what you will find in the major arcana. Then the minor arcana, we have a quote from Charlotte Bronte. And then we go into the torches. And as usual, the minor arcana just gets shortened. And you have your title and upright meaning and your keywords, reversed meaning, and keywords as well. And they don't put any type of character like they do in the major arcana with the court cards. Okay. Then we have another quote. We have the chalices. Just the same. And then we have Edgar Allan Poe with the Raven. And the only thing that I would have loved to have seen was more characters in the deck. It would have been nice to even have them as court cards, because there are so many characters that could be chosen out of this genre that it seemed like, to me, it seemed like a missed opportunity to put more lesser known characters in the deck. All right. And then we have a quote from Mary Shelley in Frankenstein. All right. And on the back, in shadows deep, The cards reveal a Gothic tale, both dark and real. The lovers waltz, the towers cry, the devils grin beneath the sky. The priestess knows the ghostly light in moonlit dreams of endless night. From card to card, the whispers soar in Gothic lore forevermore. It's a nice little touch. And fingerprints, like I said, you're going to get fingerprints on these, unfortunately. All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle these cards and see. And for shuffling, yes, these are, oh my God, very, very flexible. So no stiffness. Which is really, really nice when you have physical limitations in your hands and it's hard for you to shuffle stiff cards, but these are very easy and you can shuffle it that way. The overhand version, you can do that as well. Or you can just spread them out on your table. Or you can go crazy and just spread all the deck all over your table and pick them that way. And also, some people do like to cut the cards. I always forget to add this, but if you want to, you can always cut them like that and pick them up however which way you want to add a little bit more to it. But there's no right or wrong way to shuffle. Don't let anybody tell you how you should or shouldn't shuffle your cards. And I also forgot the side shuffle. And these are pretty decent for that, since they are flexi bendy. I don't think you'll have too much trouble if that's how you prefer to shuffle the cards as well. All right, so let's see. We've shuffled the cards pretty good. So let's go ahead. And also, please be gentle with your deck. You don't have to hammer the deck to shuffle it. You can be very gentle. All right. 6 of Skulls. So this is the 6 of Pentacles. And unfortunately, yeah, it's hard to tell. I could not see a skull. I don't know if it's just hidden or something. But yeah, some of the cards I did notice did not have a representation of the suit. So, yeah, there's that. That's another thing I noticed. Okay, so let's find 6 of Skulls. If I can get the page to open. All right, upright meanings. Keywords: generosity, charity, assistance. In the upright position, the 6 of Skulls represents generosity, charity, and the balance between giving and receiving. This card suggests that you might be in the position to help others or that you are receiving much needed assistance. It indicates a time of sharing resources, whether it's money, knowledge, or emotional support. The 6 of Skulls invites you to consider how you can contribute to the well-being of those around you, whether through acts of charity, mentorship, or simple kindness. It encourages you to maintain a balanced approach, ensuring that you are both giving and receiving in a fair and equitable manner. Reversed meaning. Keywords: selfishness, greed, unfairness. When reversed, the 6 of Skulls can indicate imbalance, unfairness, and lack of Oh God, I can't say that word. Lack of reciprocity. I'm so sorry for that. This card might suggest that you are giving too much without receiving enough in return, leading to feelings of exploitation or resentment. It could also point to someone who is taking advantage of your generosity or failing to uphold their part of an agreement. The reverse 6 of Skulls advises you to reevaluate your boundaries and ensure that your contributions are not being taken for granted. Set limits and communicate your needs clearly, fostering relationships based on mutual respect and fairness. Giving is important, but it is equally essential to ensure that you are not depleting yourself in the process. All right, I don't know who needed to hear that. Probably me. I don't know. But I don't know who needed to hear that message, but there you are. Okay, so that is pretty much all I have for this lovely deck. Let me know if your thoughts, and if you did buy it, let me know if I helped you in that decision. I'm always interested in hearing if I helped anybody with their decision. And if you did buy it, how is it working out for you? Do you regret making the decision? Because there are some people out there who are trying to not buy every deck that they can, and they're trying to be very mindful, I guess is the best word to put it. And maybe you could give them a yay or a nay and help them with their decision as well. But once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I hope that you will join me with a future video. But until then, take care. Goodbye, my dears.